much, Dave.
Good morning. So we are in the right language code now.
I'm slowly learning. So welcome to day 2. Today we have a jam-packed agenda. What I would like to ask is, Alan, if you could perhaps just talk us through the highlights of the agenda. I believe we have some very special guests here as well. So if you could tell everyone a little bit about our special guests.
Sure.
And then I'll take over for the rest of the day.
So I think today is the exciting day where we talk about how we could take technology and implement it in the work that you do. How we can have a partnership and move forward with that. But more importantly, I just wanted to maybe go back a little bit. You might have noticed that we've got all of you name tag, and in the name tag there's a very weird looking tag at the bottom, which is a QR code. So the QR code has your full name, your designation, your organization name, your email ID, and your mobile number embedded onto it. So you don't have to actually be giving away business cards. You could take a smartphone and exchange all of the information. So I thought that yesterday that was not very clear. So you could just take, and most of us already have in the newer smartphones the software or the apps to be able to read the QR code. Just go scan it and it will go directly onto your contacts. So you don't need to retype it again, and then you can keep in connect. You can do networking beyond that. So small piece of information about yesterday. We have a lot of a few of the new members onto your tables, and if I could request all of our Microsoft student partners to kindly stand up. Okay, so we have. So these are our MSPs in different colleges. So Madhu, I saw you with the project at the 2 days ago. What was your project about? They were a winner at the Imagine Cup. So
we stood second in Imagine Cup innovation category. So the project was Project Kafi. Basically, it was a sound-enabled robot car with enabled sound. So if a teacher is in front of small kids, so target was small kids for the foundation. So what we did is we had a sound recognition pin.
Can you keep it short? Not a whole long.
Sound recognition is basically a device which enables a robot to draw certain patterns like A, B, C, D. So what we did was, if a person says A, the robot car will run through our board and makes I, so that it will be I.
Thank you, Madhu. Can we have a demo in the afternoon? Can you get the kit here? Can you try? All right, thank you. So basically, you say A and the robot makes the character A. You say Z and it goes and draws Z. You say Ka and it makes Ka. So hopefully a new way, fun way of learning characters for children, and everything done in Nepal. So we've got all of these MSPs. We hope that you can interact with the next generation who are thinking outside the box, who are thinking very differently, and all of that. I think we're supposed to have 15 of them here. Okay, not everyone is here yet because they'll be coming a little later. So thank you guys. So I will not be introducing them. We hope that you'll be able to interact with them. Some of them are wearing our Shine MSP t-shirts and some are not. But the whole idea is, Prarthana, if you could also get into the tables rather than outside. Thank you. Thank you. You may sit down. So the other thing that I'm planning to do today as during lunchtime or the breaks time is I hope that we'll have a few projects around where you can actually see and test some of the innovation work that we're doing. Put the pin into a bottle of water and see if there's you can test, and some of the work that these guys are doing. So some of the younger people, most of these are proof of concept projects. We want to, what I always call today, talk about saying all of these ideas that these guys have bubbling with but don't know how to implement. Can we have a look at how you could literally from the lab land it onto the land? Okay, so how can we do that? And that's the discussion that we would like to talk today. I think one of the things that we'd like to look at is, I'm sure a lot of you are struggling with technology. And the highlight for today is, how can we put technology in your hands? How can we make technology work for you with the work that you're doing? And again, I don't have a specific agenda in terms of what the next steps are, but we would like to start engaging with you. I think yesterday, during some of the one-on-one discussions that I had with you, a lot of you said, so what is the next step? How do we work with Innovation Center? How do we work with the World Bank? Frankly, we don't have a clear agenda. The whole idea is for us to learn from you today, saying what is required. Okay, what can we work with so that we can, and I think today we would like to really make it a lot more, and then by the end of the day, tie it in with action points. Okay, and then to say the next point. I started yesterday morning saying this is not the end, but the beginning of a long-term relationship. And we'd like to see what that long-term relationship is going to be. How do we interact? One of the things that I think the request was that all of the PowerPoints from yesterday, today, so I've also, all of the discussions have been videotaped. We will make sure within the next 30 days or so, we will, all of the videos of the discussions on all of that, because most of the PowerPoints just has the critical information, but it's more interesting when all of the anecdotes and the stories and the discussions and the Q&A comes with the PowerPoint. So we will make a video DVD. It'll also be online, but there are a lot of challenges for you to see online, but we'll also make a DVD and send it across to you in the next 30 days or so. So the whole idea would be everything, all of the knowledge that we have, all of the information that we have would be available in your hands. Share it freely, make sure that other people have access to it, and whatever the discussion that we have is not limited to this room, but other people within the organization. Some of you came back to us and said, can we have more than 2 people from the organization? Unfortunately, limiting of space, limiting of budget, a lot of other issues, we could not get more than 2 people. Hopefully, the content now can go to much more than 2 people. Just a reminder, we want to reach out to other people. I4I Nepal is the tweet handle, is the hashtag for this event. Please go on Facebook, please go. All of the pictures yesterday, and that is 546 of them, is on my Facebook page. I'm not accepting friends, so do send me a chat message, I will accept you. Okay, I'll just make sure that I have now close to 4,500 friends, and as I add more, I'll turn into a fan page and not a Facebook page anymore, Facebook person anymore. And I don't think I'm a celebrity to convert into a fan page, so I'm limiting the number of friends that I accept. But we do have our Make Nepal group, which is 258,000 members. So if you like to keep abreast of all of the programs and all of that we have, please do join the group, and more information is there. I think today, one of the other things that personally I'm looking forward to is all of this social media. How do I use it for my organization? The big thing is I'm using it's a time waster for me. But how do I use it so that my organization benefits? And today, unless I go social, I don't have friends anymore. So how do I use the social to the benefit of my organization? Some of you, I know, have exploited it, but for some, it's more of a burden rather than something that you can really and I'm looking forward to my first batch MSP, Akaranil. I think he's the highest follower on Twitter in Nepal. So he's going to come and speak. We also have another guest from, his name is Karma Dango from Cloud Factory. I don't know how many of you know Cloud Factory. Cloud Factory has got 4,500 cloud youth workers in their homes doing computer work. Normally, home working in IT is a bad word, because that's where all of the Thaginekam and all of the other negative aspects of commerce happens. But these guys have been able to literally give work out, we'll talk more about it, and paid out $1.5 million last year. So, and they've just got a Rockefeller Foundation award. I don't like the fact that they're expanding into Kenya. I wish they had expanded more. In Nepal, I was able to also encourage them to expand their office in Pokhara. I took him in my car one time and said, you need to look at Pokhara. And I think now this year I'm taking them to Chitwan, and hopefully more and more youths that I work with have some form of a part-time cloud working enterprise going on with them. So I think today is going to be my exciting day because it's technology. Yesterday was more organizational foundations where I did learn a lot, but I think with the interventions of technology, really excited to be here. I want to be able to make sure that we interact more. Some of my colleagues are going to be here to talk about some of the programs that we do. But please do remember, more than the programs and the highlights and the activities, what I'm looking for is the next steps forward. We don't want to end at the day, but we want to begin our relationship from here on. And I think if you can keep on thinking, saying, how can we work together? I'm not a donor, so please don't ask for money. It's not that I don't have money. It's just that for me to channel cash out as a donor is difficult. Let's work on programs, let's partner. Okay, I'm sure we can do, like I said yesterday, I would like to repeat that. Your 2 with my 2 should be much more than 4. We've got to create synergy. It's not mathematical calculations. And I'm sure we can create that synergy with a lot more that we can do. Please do think in terms of what synergy can we create? What can we do with the work that we're doing? I'm able to bring innovation to the great work that you're doing for development. How can you use not only Excel like Marcus told yesterday, that's also important, but for the health, for the education, for the advocacy, for all of the great work that you do, how can you use technology? And that's the difficult piece, the most difficult piece, to use it in your mission critical work. Please do think about that. We'd like to see about how we can use in your mission critical work technology in the work. Did I speak too much? Thank you very
Not
much.
at all. It's always good to have someone who's excited about technology and changing the world. And I think we've got a very, very